Do you ever just sit down and think about someone to the point where you're losing track of time? And when you think about this person, you are thinking about scenarios that haven't even occurred yet. Almost like a fever dream, everything you've always wanted. And then you proceed to get confused on why that person isn't acting that way. Well, I can answer that question for you. In terms of myself, I used to do that every single day, and I actually found it hard to break free from. You see, the problem is that sometimes we get obsessed with the potential of others, and it blinds us from seeing them for who they truly are. I had a friend once that I absolutely trauma dumped and basically forced a relationship out of, but I must have been a decent friend because I'm not gonna lie, when I look back at it, it was a decent friendship. Now, this girl had a boyfriend, and I was still asking her to meet me after my therapy sessions or my talking therapy sessions. And I was like, you know what, she's gonna pick me up. We're just gonna chill, sit in the park, talk to each other, talk about life, connect, this and that. And I got my hopes up. But obviously, I'm acting like an idiot because she has a boyfriend. And is he really comfortable with her going down to come and see me? Because would I want my missus to do that? Hell no. Hell no, of course not. So when it didn't happen, I got disappointed. When she didn't talk to me as much and was bouncing in and out of my life, as annoying as that sounds, I got disappointed because the way I saw this person was a savior. I put this person up on a pedestal because they saved me at a time I was at my lowest. And in doing so, I became obsessed with the person's potential goodness. And I find often it is an extremely bad habit to only think someone is pure. For some reason, all of us picture certain people in our lives or certain people that we're trying to pursue / obtain as clean as marble. We see them as not having a single speck of dirt on them. And that is because we want that person for ourselves. We want that friendship out of them, that relationship out of them. We know that this person has the potential to be someone integral in our lives. And then when it turns out they are not, then when it turns out they don't even know what you think about, then when it turns out they have their own life, we get let down. Being let down is one of the most painful things ever because you have your hopes up, you have your walls down, and you start to get comfortable with the thought of having somebody around more. I honestly think that this is just a you problem. This isn't really another person's problem, even if you're not overthinking about them and they have lied to you because you still believe them. I absolutely love the idea that everyone shows you their true colors one day. There's going to be a time, an event, where somebody shows you who they truly are. And it's up to you on when to use that information wisely. There's always going to be little red flags, but I guarantee and can almost promise you, there is going to be a moment someone does one thing, big or small, and it shows you who they are. You have to get behind the idea and just the reality that people love to advertise themselves to you. There's always going to be a 1 to 2 months honeymoon period where somebody acts like a little angel. Somebody shows you what you want to see and they hide who they truly are. And then, soon enough, they show you their true colors. You have to literally remove the fear of being rude to people when you cut them off. I'm not talking about insulting somebody. I'm not talking about slandering someone's name. I'm not talking about rinsing them. I'm talking about plain, old, simple, just a clean block, just straight up airing the person, just absolutely getting rid of them. Funny enough, I had a serious problem with just blocking people just so quickly. They could do the littlest thing. Yeah, you're the same guy that's been cancelling on me and we are in a friend group, but you can meet these other guys all the time. anytime. No, you're done. That used to be the way I think. I used to just think, you know what, this person's acting like this now. I'm not, but I'm not cut out for this. They're gone like this. Now I don't speak to anybody and I'm friendless. But that's not the point of what I'm saying. You have to remove the fear inside of you that, man, I just don't want to be rude. Listen, people are using you. People are vampires. They're literally sucking you dry. And you're just sitting there thinking about what's rude and what's not. You don't have time for that. You need to learn to actually get people out of your lives because they will stay and linger like a bad odor, like the yellow marks on your white t-shirts and vests slash wife beaters. You need to be able to know when to throw them away. You need to be able to say that you can throw somebody away because they're letting you down over and over again and you're getting your hopes up. The biggest crime of all time is thinking that someone's going to act the way you want them to act. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense because people are full of surprises. They do wild stuff all the time, and it would be nice for somebody to act the way you want them to act, but it's just never ever going to happen. And if it is happening, it's not going to be for long. My friend, what I've been trying to tell you is that you need to stop fantasizing. I feel like a lot of people think fantasizing only connects to sexual thoughts or lust, when fantasizing could literally come down to you imagining scenarios with someone, you absolutely feeling happiness at the thought of someone's potential. That actually is fantasizing too. You are fantasizing when you are thinking about a friend, somebody you're interested in, absolutely doing the right thing and being the hero in your story. You have to stop that. You have to learn to be absolutely present and take people for who they are and what they are. And most of the time, that's not going to be nice, but you still have to maintain that hope for the right people to find you. Sometimes in myself, I honestly feel like, damn, like the relatability to people out here. Like I can't relate. I can't relate, and I feel like relatability definitely brings people together. You gotta have some sort of relatability to someone in order for you to have a certain amount of closeness. Now you don't absolutely need. It's not the be all and end all for you to get on with someone and to connect, but it is a big thing. And I feel like, damn, like there's not a lot of people I can really connect with like that or relate to. I'm sure you feel the same way. So sometimes it is a daunting thought, and then other times I think, you know what, I just ain't met them cool people yet, and that's okay. You have to remain hopeful because you can't sit here in darkness all too long. It's just gonna stay on you. It's gonna linger, like I said, like a bad odor. The same way right now you got stains on your armpits and you ain't even thrown that away. You need to make sure that you still keep hope and that you don't expect disappointment, but you instead stop fantasizing. Take people how they are. And the sooner you start this, the sooner you protect yourself and learn that people won't act the way you want them to. Anyway, that's me for today. I'm going to catch you tomorrow as always, man. My God.